Hi,
Hi,
everyone.
everyone.
My name is
My name is
This is
This is
Upepo,
Upepo,
a platform
platform
which is
which is
celebrating
celebrating
from the African
from the
diaspora.
African diaspora.
And I would like to welcome Rachel Saidu with their work. Rachel, like first we're gonna start like the 4 photographs that you have made and want to share with us. Um, I think everyone can see it now online. Can you tell something about your work and how you started like photographing and Rachel?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Yes,
you.
I can hear you.
All right. Well, I was waiting for you to finish talking before I spoke. But can I go ahead?
You can go ahead.
You can
Thank
go
you.
ahead. Thank you.
All right. So, my name is Rachel Seidu, a photographer and filmmaker from Nigeria. So, my work is centered around documenting um, queer queer people in Nigeria and people that are bold enough to live loud and proud, despite the rules against queer love in Nigeria. So, in these images that are shown on the screen, you can see images of this current one on the screen. You can see images of Alex and her girlfriend Debbie. Funny enough, Alex is the other speaker in the group in this live chat right now. So yeah, say hi, Alex. Yeah. So yeah, my work is just about documenting our existence, documenting coexistence, despite despite all that's going on in Nigeria and despite the fact that being queer is a crime here. So that's basically what my work is centered around. Yeah. So do you want me to talk about this particular photo too?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
what
I'm
I'm
seeing,
seeing,
the first one
the
was like
first one was
your
like
friend,
your
like you
friend,
said.
like you said.
Sorry, I didn't.
Um,
Um,
Sorry, I didn't hear you. Sorry.
okay,
okay,
I, I will
I,
start
I will
again.
start again.
I was wondering, like, if you can elaborate, like, how how you came up, like, with these models. How do you find them? Um,
Okay. So some of people I photographed, some of them are my friends, and some of them are people I met online and reached out to photograph them. And this particular photo is a friend of mine, and we were students in the same university. We're on the same campus. That's how we started talking and became friends. And then I learned that it was also queer. So the title of this particular image is Rainbows and Wishes. So you can, if you look closer in the image, you can see a faint rainbow in the background. So it's basically talking about how if wishes were horses, every queer person in Nigeria will be able to live as free as they want. Do you understand? So yeah. So the title is Rainbows and Wishes, and yeah, that's what it's about. So it's there are so many people that are living loud in Nigeria. So despite the SSMPA rule and everything, people are still actually living loud. So it's very easy to reach out to them and ask to
mhm.
photograph them for what's the word for documenting sake, just to show that we were actually here and existed, so that quite younger people that are coming after us will not feel alone like we did. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you. And how
And how,
like how did you
like, how did you enter
enter world?
the world?
You were telling me like that you started like in the pandemic, right? If I may say so.
Yes. 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 Do you want to elaborate on your question or
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
okay? I started documenting quest stories in 2020 when I applied for a art residency program in Nigeria. So I had to create work, and I decided to create work about queer history. And if there's one of the images I submitted that you've not put on the screen yet, the one of those two men, please can you put that on the screen? One of the two men in head tie. Max, Maxwell, are you there?
Yes, I
Yes,
am.
I am curious.
Okay.
Sorry.
I was waiting for you to just put the image on.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, I will.
All right, thank you.
Welcome.
So yeah,
Welcome.
this image was the first time I started documenting queer people. So there's this story of a man called oh my god, the name just skipped my mind just now. But this work is dedicated to him. When I remember the name, I would mention. I don't know how it just skipped my mind right now. So there's a story about him that back in the days he disappeared for a while. That it was a man that worked in the government and all of that, but he just disappeared for a long time into one forest and then came back and started dressing like a woman. And this is the type of attire he usually wears. Like he will wear female attire and then go and start singing for people and all of that. So he started becoming popular for that. And he used to be invited to different functions, even to big functions. He was getting invited to all of that to come and sing and all of that. So this work was dedicated to him as was inspired by him and also dedicated to him to like to just pay homage to him because he's one of the people that were bold enough to live and be their authentic self even when it was not accepted, even when that was like over 50 years ago or so. So for someone to be able to do that, that really inspired me, and that was what made me create this work, and that was the genesis of documenting queer stories for me. Yeah.
I mean, it's
I mean,
beautiful.
it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Feels like very
It was
serene.
like very serene.
Thank you very much.
And is your work
And
at
if
this
you work
moment
at this moment
showcased somewhere? You
somewhere, you
tell
can tell.
audience?
Sorry, can you go again? I can't hear you.
Okay. Is your work showcased somewhere in a museum, somewhere in Europe?
Yes, yes. This particular body of work, some images from this particular series are currently they're going to be showing in Hamburg this I think next week. I really am not sure about the date, but there was an exhibition in Nigeria, and this is the second part of it that's going to be in Hamburg. It's titled the Awanibi exhibition. So it's a show. It's a show of queer people by queer people. So yeah, this work is going to be shown for the very first time outside Nigeria. Yeah, but although I have not showed it in Nigeria either, it was just a online exhibition at the first time when I created it back then in 2020. But yeah, yeah, it's going to be shown in Hamburg for the first time.
I see. And
I see. And
I would like to
I
say
would
that
like to say that
uh,
uh,
Yeah, thanks. Um, and how did this person reach you out from Hamburg? Did you met each other online, or how did you get in connection, in contact?
Okay, so the person hosting the exhibition is a Nigerian, and his name is Matthew Blaze, and he's a queer activist here in Nigeria. So he reached out to me. We've known each other for a while because of the work we both do. That's documenting queer people. So he reached out to me about the exhibition a few months ago. So yeah, like we had a meeting about it, and I agreed to show my work because I always love to show off my queer siblings. So yeah, that was how we met. Yeah.
We need
We need
to celebrate
to celebrate
each other in this life.
in this life.
It's full of hate for queer people. Shall I repeat it? I think it's
I
great
think
to
it's great to
in the time that we are living in this moment, where there is like hateful messages going around towards queer people, and yeah, it's good that we have each other and can showcase each other, but like have a community with each other.
Yes. Yes. I agree because the queer community here have been like they've been very supportive of my work. If I reach out to queer people and ask to photograph them, they are very willing to be documented, and I really, really appreciate their willingness to have their stories told. Because without people willing to be documented, there's nothing that can be documented, really. So I'm really grateful to for the queer community here in Nigeria, and the fact that everybody's actually we're all doing our best to make sure we live our own path, like to show that we exist. Yeah.
Thank you so much,
thank you so
Rachel.
much, Rachel.
You're welcome.
Um, something
Something
for the audience.
for the audience.
Otherwise, we go like to our next artist, and later we can always come back if the audience have also some questions. Yeah. All right. Then we go like to Lauji. Can you hear me?
Hey, yes, I hear you.
Hi. Can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Lauji Hasea. I'm a Norwegian Nigerian artist who is now based in Amsterdam. And I do performance, experimental choreography, and physical theater. Uh, and yeah, has been doing that for a while. I'll share one or two pieces with you today. The picture that is here from Fever Dreams, which is the last piece that I made. Yeah,
I will show first like the photos of FIFA Dreams, and then after we will go to the your performance,
cool.
and after we will talk get deep in that.
Cool.
What or do you want to add on the photos? What are what the audience is seeing at this moment? Actually,
Yeah, I can do that. um, so, Fever Dreams is a performance based on symbols. symbols that we see around, symbols that we carry, and I've picked different performance. But yeah, I picked three symbols of the lion, of the snake, and of the pearl, which I see very strong readings in both European reading and in West African reading. And I wanted to explore or kind of concretize for myself what this duality have for a symbol when it has been read in one way on one part and then being stolen and demonized in most cases and put in a different context. So the three characters sitting here is three corrupted symbols, which is the rotten snake, the slimy pearl, and the bruised lion, which is kind of to represent their duality that both lives within them. And yeah, this is from a different performance. The other performance is called Oh Dewey Island O, which was an attempt to retake a specific method of Buffon, which is a clown method, which is like an evil clown that terrorizes humans instead of each other on stage. And this method is inspired by the othered humans of the Middle Ages in Europe, where Christianity started taking over, and they built walls and pushed people that didn't fit in their patriarchal society outside of the walls, and they became their own group of people, kind of like the othered, which I think we can recognize today too. I also recognize myself within it. And so they took inspiration from these people and made a language of that, for example, involves like the idea of being overhuman, which I think is a method of queerness, a method of blackness, a method of survival, which I kind of essentially wanted to retake this ability on stage to be overhuman. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. Shall we go now like to the performance itself?
Yeah, cool.
To which one would you like to go first?
We can start with Fever Dreams.
Okay, all right. Then we're gonna do that. 1 second.
Enjoy.
Enjoy, everyone. I want applause. I'm so sorry for everyone that no one can see me, and it's super weird, like to be behind the laptop and not seeing yourself, like, and it makes me also like talking very in an awkward way. But I think we can learn from it. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
So, like, how did your life started with like being an artist, being performance artist?
Yeah. Well, my mother put me in theater as a child, and as our local theater was shut down, she was kind of desperate to find me a new one because I liked it so much. And she found this kind of like alternative juggling slash neo circus group that I joined, like in Norway, full on white hippies, like doing their thing. And I stayed with them from I was 10, 11 till I was 15, 16. Um, and there I learned like various methods of physical theater, of a non-traditional stage presence and stage being.
Mm-hmm,
And further, I went to join a medieval theater group where we were doing a lot of commedia dell'arte,
mm-hmm,
which is Italian medieval theater form, kind of satiric, commenting on the society with half masks.
mm-hmm,
And then further, I went to Berlin and studied at Atelier für Physisches Theater, which is the school for physical theater, where I learned mask training and clown training. And then after all of this, I started realizing that all of the methods that I like felt like I really connected with and could communicate well on stage with, which like I was very in love with them, were all appropriated from non-European culture and from queer culture, non-heteronormative culture, and kind of twisted and ridiculed on stage. Um, and that kind of hurt. So now I'm kind of on this mission to retake the language, and instead of trying to ridiculate, to actually take the truth of our essence and celebrate it on stage and kind of take back the stage, take back the language.
mm-hmm. And what do you mean by taking back the truth, taking back the language? Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, it's something that I'm again very like fresh. It's only been a couple of years, so it's not like my study is like super steady. But I see a lot of movements and intentions that for in very classical European forms, like ballet, like clowning, like mime, that I also recognize a lot in West African movements. Movements. Um, and it's hard to give example without without movement, but it's something about, for example, about commedia dell'arte, which I know very well the style of this, and how the mask follows the body, their mask traditions, their focus on hierarchy and presence
Yeah.
reminds me a lot of the way you treat a mask in voodoo, for example, and how, but again, like reverted and twisted and like handled in a different way, but like it's trades that still sticks out. Um, that yeah, I'm just in the beginning of discovering, and I think a lot of other people alike is, or maybe already know.
Mm.
Yeah, it's kind of an archaeological travel through movements.
And for that, you want to go November to somewhere. Can you tell where to? Where you interested? Where is your interest in
Yes,
to go
yes.
all the way?
So I'm studying for the moment, and I'm having an internship after the summer in November. And I would love to go to Nigeria, to the father country, to see what movements I recognize, to understand where maybe some of my movements are coming from, because I know they're not coming from anyone here. And to, yeah, because I never been there too. I never had the honor. Um, so to personally, artistically place myself better in the world, like where am I? As a mixed child, like it's always a question, I guess.
Mm, I get that.
Mm.
I get that. And maybe you have new friends now here with this new artist, right?
Possibly. Always open for new friends.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Lauchi.
Thank you.
Shall I show? So like now we sound like Fever Dream, right?
That
Wait,
was the island.
Dewey Island, and then now we go like to Fever Dream.
Yeah, a
Um,
little outro.
yeah, moment. Wait. Thank you, Lauchi. This was actually like a fever dream. Like this was like a new work that I haven't seen yet in real life. But like I find your work like very mystical in a way, like in a dreamy world somehow, and like very detailed. And I hope there will come like more out of this, and it's already like high end in my opinion.
Yes, I'm heading for the opera, so let's pray. I want to retake it.
Yeah, let's retake the opera indeed. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I photographed myself like 5 6 years for the ballet and opera, and yeah, and there was always like maybe one person who's black, or two, like, one person of color, one black, or not at all. And like, yeah, this door have to be broken. Yeah,
Exactly.
and we do have a lot of black opera artists actually, from the past, from now.
Yeah, from musicians to singers to actors, like all over.
We are here therefore, and also like this whole platform, this is Upepo, came like from my side from an urgency, because I was not seeing myself like in the museums, maybe like I told now, like in the opera only maybe one person which is selected to showcase work. And therefore I thought, uh, if they are not going to do it, somebody have to do it. And this is like the beginning, and I guess with the Black Lives Matter movement, we are seeing that there is more people who are willing to do it. So we are also not alone in it, and I'm
Yeah.
very happy with that.
Yes, thank
Well,
you for organizing. Also,
yeah,
thank
welcome, welcome. And next time, I hopefully it will be like an event which will be on a spot, which can travel around the world, and to have like a platform for the whole global south actually. Yeah. um,
Yes, amazing.
should I show some other pictures, other photos of the other performances?
Sure, let's go.
Yeah, all
Yeah,
right. I'm gonna add them like one by one.
let's go
um,
through them. Yes.
and
Uh,
who are we see this is like the first one that I have seen it, right? Like the
yeah.
first performance of yours, and this person was singing, I believe.
Yes, this is the whole island was also made out of mythical creatures. As I
Mhm.
was also looking at the history of mythical creatures and how they often was also demonized during the Christianization in the Middle Ages, and from there on. Um, so this is a nymph that cannot stop singing. She's depressed. um, and the whole island is depressed because of the betrayal of humanity, basically. This is a troll, the mountain child, um, which, yeah, I chose to make them toddlers, the trolls, to kind of understand how big, brutal beings are not always scary. They really caring and really cool. And this is a mermaid inspired by Mami Wata.
Mhm.
Um, and they're uh, they're kind of the intellectuality of the island. they are the mother of the island. They are with the water, the mother. And as they swim through the water, they kind of swim through like knowledge, like the kind of knowledge in the body that is too deep for like a very awake ego and mind to be aware of. But it's kind of always there to read situations, read the reality, and somehow yeah, lead the rest of the island.
All right. Let me see, like, if I have more of yours, which I do have.
And yeah, Mamiwata is also there to underline the possibility of transformation.
Mhm. All right. Is there something that you would like to add for the audience? Secret back backstage informations, like
Uh, yeah, no, I'm not booked anywhere. So if anyone want to book me, like I'm ready.
good one, good one, good one, good one.
Yeah, thank you. It was a pleasure.
Thank you, thank you. I'm wondering, like, if we are missing like some, because we had like we talked briefly before, and I'm just wondering, like, if I'm not forgetting like a little detail. All right. I think we're gonna go like to our next artist. I have to. And we're gonna go like to Sunny. You're you're unmuted in a way.
Yeah,
Welcome.
thank you.
Please say your name,
Yeah.
where
So,
you're
yeah.
situated, what you do.
Oh, yes.
The floor is yours.
Oh, thank you. So I really want to start with commending Lauchi and Rachel. I think your works are phenomenal, and yeah, really grateful to have seen those. And yeah, I wish I could really just see like the performance also live as well. So we're all in Amsterdam. Let's make it happen if need be. So my name is Sunny Lamin Barrow. I am 24. I am a spoken word poet and recently trying to infiltrate theater as well. So I moved from the Gambia to the Netherlands a while ago. I have long history. I've always been in the Netherlands. And 3 years ago, I made the rebellious act to really just come back to the Netherlands and then choose it as a home because of my queer existence as well. And since then, my poetry has been really much advocating for African queers in white spaces or in white continents like the Netherlands and Europe itself. And my poetry works are way more interested in how these African artists or African individuals from this continent really bring in their queer stories, their different narratives, and then still try to carve a space for themselves while living in Europe to really stick to their values and really just see how well they transform themselves from being something which is a taboo into something that is celebratory and allowing one to become whole. And this is more like the background to what my poetry does. And prior to this, my educational background is literature in English and fashion education. But I think for now, these are more like practices that I'm not very much involved with. Well, literature is somehow related to like the poetry which I do, and I really see a way in which strengthening or just stretching that out allows me to really tap into my poetic essence and then really just see how well these words, these images, these memories can really collage together to tell like the story of my upbringing and of my destination in the world itself. So this is more of the backbone to what I do, who I am, and where I come from. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you so much. And you also moderate, like you are quite involved in like in the Amsterdam art scene, right? Like,
Yes, yes.
how is it for you being in the art scene here in the Netherlands?
I would say grounding in itself. I've always understood myself to be more like a citizen of the world. And I think this, as much as I really identify with like blackness, queerness, I really want to look at the bigger picture with like identifying myself as a citizen of the world, because then the skin limits me, the geographical area limits me. But I think in having to have like this mindset wherein I allow myself to really grow, also having in mind of where I come from and where I'm going allows me to really connect with many a group and many a collective in the Netherlands and beyond. And then here I get to curate my own poetry events, and I get to collaborate with different collectives in yeah, showcasing poets and feminists and storytellers and comedians into a stage that is more like celebratory of their queerness, of their identities and who they are. And by so doing, I collaborate. I'm part of this word collective called Unwanted Words. And Unwanted Words, it's a first queer platform that allows queer expressions, be it feminists, be it poets, be it storytellers, drag queens, comedians. And so this is more like a stage we carve for like the talents in the Netherlands, mostly Rotterdam and Amsterdam. And
Mhm.
but we get to have like poets and performers and artists from all over the Netherlands coming over, approaching us, and then sharing their works and our talent. And different from that, I also collaborate and work with We the People Amsterdam, which is founded by my beloved sister, Sydney Lowell.
Mhm.
And We the People Amsterdam also has like this incredible, huge platform in Amsterdam where they get to also host spoken word artists, professional spoken word artists, professional musicians, and sometimes just give like open mics for like people who are like interested in like trying poetry to really see if it's more like a calling for them also.
Mhm.
And Het Zwarte Schap in Den Haag as well, which is founded by another beloved sister of mine, Daniela Zavadi.
Yeah.
And so with Het Zwarte Schap, it's more of it's the black sheep. It's like people who identify themselves with like the struggle and the essence of what it means to be like the black sheep or the black favorite of the family. And
Mm.
so these are more like individuals who have like these heartstrings and stories to really tell. And we emerge together in this very safe cocoon, and then we get to like express ourselves through poetry, through music, through comedy, and then just celebrate each other as we should. So these are more like a few of the many collectives that I am part of that I'm really proud of, and speaks of my essence and of my artistic a taste in artistry. And yeah, so these are some collectives like in brief that I am part of and I collaborate with. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's quite a lot, and a lot. You are connected with like different platforms, different communities, different
Yes.
cities.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
wow!
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
where to find you now.
Come again?
I know where to find you now.
Oh, you do know.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, like the
Yeah.
wow, wow, wow. And
Yeah.
Do you have like something to share for us in terms of poetry at this moment that you would like to
Yeah.
showcase here?
So I'll do a first half of a poem I wrote some time ago, and this poem is called "Take My Silence as a Gift." So when I moved to the Gambia, to the Netherlands, I really do feel that there are a lot of wounds that were not cured, and there were a lot of silences that were not convenient, at least for my upbringing and for my
Mhm.
safety and comfort. I really do feel that during this time, it's really ideal for me to really heal myself. And what better way for me to heal myself than to just translate my trauma into a storyline and then really share that with people who I can relate with, people that I feel safe with. So I decided to forgive and to not forget, forgive, but to remind myself of like those moments as well. And
Mhm.
this is a poem that really came into birth. And this poem is called "Take My Silence as a Gift." So I will present like the first half of that poem for you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I, thank you that you would like to share that, and I would like to say like let's take a moment.
Yeah. Perfect. When you're ready. Yeah.
I am ready. Are you all ready? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we are ready.
Yeah. I am because of you. And I have come to realize that the mind is an open field, and thoughts are like seeds. I have come to realize that I am the harvest of a century struggle, should be the manifestation of everything that breaks this feminine boy down and build him up into a macho man. I am an ocean, squeezed into the body of a fallen fruit. I am daylight, bleach into becoming darkness. I am this righteous meat in the soup of life, so tasty that it makes death tremble. I am truth, tailored into abomination, fluently speaking to the never ending. I am this broken child who never wants to go back home, because home, you see, is a thief of my joy. Home, you see, is full of promises of nothingness. You see, I am not that innocent anymore. I be as present as the child in the womb, as the blood in the veins, as the trees in the wind, as the voice in the skies, as the diamonds in the rough. I say this because I feel I am the boy, the father, the blood, and the sea. Yet you accuse my love for sinning, made one too many of us afraid of who we are. You shrink us into a bone, quench us into a shadow, thieve us out of ourselves, and tell us that we are not enough, living on the soil that we are not born from. You see, the silence of the night creeps like a thief under my skin, comes to hug my bones, comes to feast into my laughter, comes to weave me into oblivion, comes to remind me that I am the child who can only run into becoming a boy, but never a boy enough to run into a man. Sir, do you think I am too complicated to have your conflicted complications answered? Madam, do you want to fold my 67th question to deteriorate into an innuendo? Sir, do you want to add my body as another forgotten song to your funeral playlist? You see, I have laid my lips to milk the breast of sunlight. Each of my silences have fought a battle of their own. I am only but a child of God, dressed in myself only. I have learned to grow and listen, even when I am destroyed, condemned of love. So elongate the scarcity of my mind. I mean, call my lover a taboo. Ask us to pray ourselves away. I am a tender universe. I only break into twilight. You see, men have lived inside me. I have memorized each of their dreams. I am shifting into an ocean, finding the remains of my master's mistakes. I mean, the master is my father and I love him. But he is not here anymore to witness my love. So help me transform this body into a museum. To donate love over to the fuckboys charity, I mean the sense of the father brings forth the child. The seeds of the father brings forth the child. The sins of my father brings forth this child. I have ripped out so much of myself to be here, prayed with my feet buried in the sand, fuel time to host my wounds, to enunciate my pain. Still I rise and dance and sing with smiles as sweet as sugarcane. This is the first half of the poem.
Wow.
Yeah.
If that is the first half of the poem,
Yeah.
I wonder like how long like and beautiful it will be. Wow, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember like when was the first time that you wrote a poem?
This poem itself.
No, like poems in general.
Yeah, so I started writing poetry at a very young age. I think around 10 to 11. I always say,
Hmm.
and at school, I went to not an all boys school, but I went to quite a public school, and then in the school itself, I got a lot of bullies because I'm quite feminine in my mannerisms. And
Hmm.
so I started writing poetry from those moments on because then I am not physical enough to really defend myself. So I
Hmm.
would go home and I would write poems about my bullies and defend myself in situations like that. So this to me is more like the backbone to how I became a poet, if you ask me. Yeah.
Wow, wow,
Yes.
wow.
Yeah.
So it was
Yeah.
like in a way like your weapon, your
Yeah. You
but
know what
also
they say: the soldiers have their guns, the poets have their words. So yeah, this is
true that,
this is more
true,
so this
true
is more
that,
so the line for me. Yeah.
true that, true that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
myself like a Somali background,
Yes.
and in the Somali culture, it's like um, poems like number one thing to do instead like
Mm.
of playing like with I don't know like with certain things like what children play with. You
Yeah.
we go outside and then you do poems to each other.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
fight in poems actually,
Yeah.
and then you go home when it's dark, and one of you is the winner, but the next day the other person is waiting with new freshly spitted out poem. But
Ah.
sometimes it will happen like in freestyle,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
then yeah, so
Very well. Very well. Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you as well. And I'd like to say, so I am for now. I am working on poetry meets with theater meets with movement and sound, which is going
mhm,
to be it's a one-man show, which is coming by the end of year. So
yeah,
my team and I are like quite busy with like just putting ideas together and also applying for funds to really make sure that this idea is like realized.
mhm,
So the name of this performance, one-man show, is called A Fist of Tongues, and
mhm,
it's more like a conversation between me and like the different versions of myself. I am in conversations with my past, I'm in conversations with my present, I'm in conversation with my future, and these are more like exploring the depths of queerness, exploring the depths of blackness, and also exploring more like a foreign place, being a foreigner myself. And so then this comes out in September, so the flyers are out possibly quite soon. I'll
wow,
just invite you to really follow the journey and yeah, just see where it takes us all.
wow,
Yeah,
wow, wow. And
yeah.
is there a way like for the international audience to see your work?
For now, we're also like looking into after we've registered like the first success and then show this work at some festivals. We're
Mhm,
also thinking maybe it's quite ideal if there is enough funding to really take this performance on tour, because I really feel that it's very essential for people to really access these stories and then these narratives as well, to really just not give like a one-sided overview of what an African child is and who an African child is. So we would possibly want this performance to really tour around, but then we don't know exactly where it will be. But if there
mhm.
are like some invites and we can look into it and make it happen, possibly.
Yes.
Yes, yes. So send in your invites, please.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, yes,
Send him an invitation, like you hear it, and go wherever Sunny is.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely.
And you are, of course, like everyone can find you on Instagram, right? Like,
Yes, yeah. So I'm on Instagram and I go by the Rain X, THA underscore raindrops with an X. So yeah, that's my handle. Yeah,
let me check if I can put it like under the.
yeah.
How's it go? Wait.
And maybe it's quite nice to also put in the Instagram handles of all the artists,
Yeah,
just so we can best look at each other. Yeah.
yeah, true that. You are totally right. I'm gonna I'm gonna write your Instagram under the post.
Perfect.
Okay. Let me see. I'm doing everything like live at the moment on the spot. By the way, for everyone at home.
Yeah.
Mm, it's- so this is your Instagram. It will show below under the screen
All right.
for everyone. All right, thank you so much, and another applause.
Thank you for having me. Really.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Like I wish that this could be like live, but
Oh yeah.
for the next time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then we go like to our next artist. Alexandra, are you here? Yeah, you are here.
I'm here.
You are here. Okay. All right. Let's start. How are you today?
I'm doing okay. Amazing, amazing people work, you know. And I've been following everybody's Instagram. I'm doing a little bit of stalking and everything. So so amazing, guys.
Nice. Nice. Um, like I'm doing to everyone, and it is an artist talk, of course. Can you tell to us and to everyone here who is Alexandra Oboji?
Okay,
Where? What do you do?
so my name is Alexandra. I'm from Nigeria, from the southeastern part of Nigeria, so that makes me Igbo. Um, I'm currently residing in Abuja, and my main photography, but I do like creative direction, styling, and anything creativity. Basically, you can find me there. So for school, I graduated from the University of Benin, BA International Studies and Diplomacy. Um, a lot of my work is inspired by my culture, queer lifestyle, and basically black skin. I love to photograph my culture because it's such a huge part of who I am, and I don't want to see any of that go. People ignore it and stuff. So I try to imbibe a lot of that into my work, as well as just inspire me, the people I see, the people I meet, and all of that, and my queerness as well. So that's a little bit about myself and what I do.
Thank you. While I'm asking questions, I will showcase also like your work in the meantime, and if you can add some words, but what we are seeing will be great. Um, I see a lot of joy and
So
friendship.
okay. In 2021, I started this project titled Celebrating Queers, basically with the aim of creating documentation, representation, and celebration of queer Nigerian folks. The creating a kind of celebrating queer people in a way that we've never been celebrated before. Before I figured that I was queer, I never saw people like myself or people that identified as myself in mainstream media or have that community as at then until finally found people that were like me, and I realized that the queer community is actually so, yet in so many ways so small. So I wanted to create and document queer people, also kind of put them in a light that they would imagine themselves to be, but due to their environment and their surroundings, they could not be. Like Rachel said before, being a queer person in Nigeria, if you are caught, could warrant up to 14 years in prison, and which makes a lot of things very hard for queer people. But we still thrive. There are people who still live very loudly, like myself. Um, so yeah, I'm just trying to create that awareness that we are alive, we are thriving, we exist, we document queer people. This is Halima on screen. She's a queer Muslim, which I don't know if there are any Muslims here, but like it's definitely not easy to be queer and then a Muslim in Nigeria. So um, I really love photographing people, especially in just seeing their life, the way they smile, the way they interact with the lens and my camera and myself. Just being able to do that is a blessing indeed. This picture is from a recent project a recent series for the project Femboys, and I just really wanted to capture femininity um, in boys. In Nigeria, like someone like me can pass as a straight woman, but for boys who present more feminine, it's very, very hard. And a lot of the time, they have to hide who they are, and can only do that indoors, or can only do stuff like simply wearing makeup, wearing a dress if they wanted to, and they will have to hide themselves. So I really kind of connected with them in their safe space, photograph them with their beauty routines, whatever that could be, for every person. So yeah, that's a little bit about all that.
So like first thing first, beautiful documentary photography, but also
Thank
like
you.
quite like I feel like some of the people seem like for me like maybe they are like from the ballroom scene, but it doesn't have to, of course. But
Yeah, they don't have to be. Um, like I said, sometimes people see themselves in a light in their mind, and
mm,
it's they cannot exist in that light or the way they want to look like. So when I photograph my whoever it is I'm photographing, I'm always telling them to do anything they want to do. They could go all the way or just be casual. They could do like the whole makeup, like Mahito has on, and have in any light they see themselves. I want to be able to see them to know that this is Mahito doing Bernard's makeup. And Bernard, I think this was the first time he
Yeah,
be able to wear makeup, and he even wore the crown and styled himself with some of the jewelries I brought for him. And if you look at him, he looks so happy and joyful and
it's gorgeous.
project, right?
Gorgeous.
Thank you.
Gorgeous. There was also another one. Let me let me find very quick. Wait. No, no, here I can't find it. But I will go like to the next. And how do you find each other?
Um, a lot of them are just people in my community, my friends, um, friends of friends.
Mhm.
People who come recommended, or people who find me through social media or through their
Wow.
my photo shoots and all of that. So I'm happy that I have a strong community when it comes to photography. People that always are eager to show in my work. So it's really amazing for me.
No, I love it. Like you sent in quite a lot of material,
Pictures.
word,
Mm.
which
I mean, you
which is
did say to
always
send a
good.
lot. Mm.
Wait, I'm gonna add some more. They are friends, right?
The Ladi and Fina, no, this they're partners.
Hmm. No, like you have like portrayed like friendship.
Oh yeah, okay. The title of this is like the title of the photos.
Yeah, and then we see this one is also gorgeous. Oh,
Mm. So this one is kind of like the other side when I'm not photographing queer people. Um,
yeah.
creative works and all of that. And this was from one of my series. I had this massive red landscape just miles and miles, and I brought a lot of people together and just like created a bunch of photos.
And who is this person?
This is a friend. Her name is
Mm.
Lily. So I titled the photo "Lily of the Valley" because I felt it was really appropriate. Um, Lily is a friend who I photographed a few times, and she's such a gorgeous person and an amazing model as well.
Yeah, amazing indeed. Yeah, and then we have like the next person that
Yeah,
you photo.
this is Mohammed. Um, also, he's a queer person. I think he's non-binary,
Hmm.
and this was the second time I was photographing him, and he always has this energy around him and that's so cheerful and joyful. And anytime I bring any of my wigs, he's always so eager to wear them and put on some makeup. And he's always so excited to, shoot with me. And it's so amazing because he really,
And I love the red afro. Like it gives me some inspiration myself. Maybe Lauji also or not Lauji. We can't hear you, Lauji. You
I said definitely yes.
This is also
Oh
from
yes,
the
this
sea,
is yeah,
from
this
the
is they are friends. This is V and Ify, Ifunaya, but we'll call her Ify. So they are amazing friends. They've been friends for a long time. Through WhatsApp. And when I traveled down to my hometown, they both live there, so I went to photograph them. And it was such a nice, chill session, you know. Of course, are there more photos?
there are more. There are more.
um, this is Rainiel.
Yeah.
Rainiel was actually one of the people that I photographed when I began this project in 2021. I think this was the first picture I took, yeah, for this project. So Rainiel is a friend and also an artist. I have worked with her for a while, and I was really happy to just begin my project at that moment, and was happy as well that she chose to be my first muse. So yeah. Okay, so Minnie, do you have like any other questions?
No, I don't have, but I would like to show more of your work if it is okay for you.
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
And
Um,
maybe you can add like one word to it, if you can.
okay. So this is Lily and Rainiel, both featured in previous work that you saw. Both of them they're friends, and I actually met Lily through Rainiel, and I called them out to do it. This was actually a creative shoot, not part of the project, but it was just a really fun one, trying to celebrate, um, friendship, sisterhood, and their beautiful skin and smiles and everything. Such a lovely one. So I also have other projects I work on from time to time. This one is from Black Men Journal. I think it's just basically I just um, try to photograph Nigerian men um, and just basically uplift and celebrate them because sometimes and really just like being creative.
So like this one is wow, mesmerizing,
Mhm.
right? Very
Yeah,
strong.
thank you.
Very strong.
Of course, my work and even the link in the bio has like a link to my portfolio, so and you could just go and take a look. There's so many works, and I have a lot of new work coming as well, coming soon.
The last two work of yours that are coming almost. Okay. And this one you called like the three wise men, right?
Yeah, actually the work hasn't shown on my screen, but I the three wise men. I actually took that years ago. I think just when I began photography, um, and it was just like kind of an editorial type look
Yeah.
and styled by someone who with in Benin, and it was a really fun shoot. We got to explore this old um, ancestral house in Benin as well for the shoot. So, I mean, an amazing project.
Hmm. Yeah, I love the, how do you call it? This, it's called fail, right? The,
What?
it's a file, right? A file, like what they are wearing around
Frill?
on the.
Yeah, the teal type material, I think,
Mm,
and then the Ankara under.
all right. Thank you, Alexandra.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna end like with a one word of yours, which celebrates, I guess, all of your work, what we have seen today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Everyone, all the artists, you can find them on the This Upepo Instagram page. There you will see all their Instagram pages, and from there you can find a website or other contacts. All right. 1 second moment. All right. And then we'll go. Wait. Mm, 1 second, please. Like, oh, are you there, Abdul Wasio?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. I was trying like to um that your name is under the screen,
Oh,
uh,
okay.
popping up. Let me check. Now it does indeed. All right. Now we're gonna show your work, but before that, we go already to your work. Can you tell us like what's your name, where you're from, what do you do, and how all your artistic practice started with?
Oh, okay. So my name is Abdulwasi Salimat. I'm a medical biochemist and a photographer, a filmmaker. I'm 24. I started photography 2020, but before that, I've always been a writer. I've been a drama director. Everything that I do before I fully accept myself as an artist was just a hobby, something that I do when I feel certain emotions in me. But 2020, I started navigating all of this into artistic practice,
Mm-hmm.
and so far a lot of things have inspired me, but mainly the things that I cannot say with words, mainly the things that words cannot contain, that I cannot really see. That was what made me like venture into putting all of these things into film, putting all of these things into photograph, putting all of these things into storytelling. And aside that, that child that grew up in in an area that we like run around with masquerades, listen to elders sit us down and tell us about their life experiences, tell us about their challenges. That all of that was what I incorporate into my artistic practice. And so far it has been amazing growing up in a place like Nigeria. Like, we face a lot of stories every day. There is always one or two things to talk about, and society in general. Like, there's a lot of things that I am not comfortable with. There's a lot of things that I just have to like bottle in, talking about abuse, talking about relationship, talking about being a woman, how you should be, how you shouldn't be. You should cover yourself up, you should cover your hair, you shouldn't walk like that, you shouldn't talk like that. There's a lot of rules that we do not even know who set them, but we are forced to live with them. That's like one of the things that like make me rebel with photography. I see my work as rebellious. I describe it as rebellious because it doesn't sit with a lot of standards, it doesn't sit with a lot of beliefs, it doesn't sit with a lot of belief, it doesn't even sit with all the religions in Nigeria, honestly, because one of the things that they say is that nudity a woman should not be naked, a woman's body should be like this, a woman's body should be covered this way. There's a lot of rules around things that individuals should decide, not what religion should decide, not what some certain standard should decide. So that was one of the things that prompted me into my style of photography, is just to tell us stories that I want to hear, tell us stories and lay the rules that I want to follow, not
Mm-hmm.
somebody laying the rules of my life for me, not somebody telling me that this is how I should do it or this is how I shouldn't do it. I feel like individually I have my own life to live.
Yeah.
Individually I have my own stories to tell.
Mm-hmm.
Individually I want to be that elders that I used to listen to in my village.
Mm-hmm.
And what I want to tell the people coming after me is that your life is your life. whatever you feel inside of you is
Yeah,
valid.
true that.
Your sexuality, whatever you want to adopt from the modern society, is
Hmm.
left to you. As a woman, you can be free to do whatever you want to do. You should be able to work into whatever room that you want to work into. And if you're not allowed in the room, create your own space. So
Hmm.
what I am doing with my art is creating my own space, dominating my own world, living with my own rules. And accepting all of this has been mind blowing, though it comes with a lot of overwhelming emotions. It comes with a lot of criticism. It
Hmm.
comes with a lot of, you have to like bottle yourself in. You have to strengthen yourself, because some of these criticisms can be like very extreme. Somebody telling you that you're going to hell,
Hmm.
somebody trying to define what you're not, somebody assuming that you sleep around, somebody telling you that God is going to burn you alive,
Yeah.
somebody telling you that nobody will marry you because of some certain things that you do, nobody will marry you for being naked. If everybody has seen your nakedness, then you're not worthy of some sort of respect. And it takes accepting all of this, it takes understanding all of this, and then still standing your ground to be Abdulaziz Salimat. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And the thing is also like that we are not allowed to show our bodies. It's like something which comes like from the slavery time, from the colonialism,
Yeah.
and it's still following us everywhere.
Honestly, when I wanted to go into my own style, one
Yeah.
of the things that inspired me the most is the environment I grew up in. I grew up in a very small town. They call it's Ofa, Kwara State. I grew up with my grandma, and I love art. Like, it is very obvious that when I see a masquerade passing in front of our house, I cannot just let go. I have to follow it. And then I like the dance. I like the music. I am always that girl that, like, we bring other girls together to sing and dance, and that is still like very part of me till now. And one of the things that I've discovered is that our own culture is freedom. Like, it doesn't matter what it has turned to be, but one of the things that it means to be a Yoruba woman that I have understand is it comes with freedom. And patriarchy, colonization have taken all of these things away from us, because one of the things that some aspect of our culture or some aspect of our spirituality has brought into our life as a woman, as a Yoruba woman, is patriarchy. And one of the things that colonization has taken away from us is the freedom to be our actual self. And people just have to understand this, that regardless of where you come from, regardless of where you tell your culture back to, it comes back to you being free. Our ancestors were free. We were not under any form of, how am I going to put it? What's this English? We were not under any form of capitalization. We were just free. We eat from the things that we grow. We marry the people that we love. We were just ourselves. But a lot of things have modernization, capitalization, colonization, patriarchy, name it. All this Western religion have taken a lot away from us, and people are not even seeing it, that that is not how it should be. The things that symbolizes us are now shame, like, are now the things that we consider shameful. Take cowries, for example. Cowries in Yoruba land is, they call it oboeyo. And then it was a thing, like it was a treasure. It was what we used to, like, what we used to term royalty, what we used to term being rich. Because if you have it, then you literally, like, you like have everything. But now, to even wear, when you wear cowries outside, one of the things that they assume is that you're diabolical, and then you're capable of some sort of black magic, and then God doesn't like you. Those are all of the things that religion, all of the things that modernity, all of the things that external ideology of what being Africa is has brought in has brought to us, and then we no longer even understand who we are.
Yeah.
As a Yoruba woman, if you wear cowries, if you adorn yourself with it, it means you're rich, it means you're royalty, it means you're something to be worshipped.
Mm.
But now it is a shame. Now you are just a child that has gone astray for wearing cowries. And that's not how it used to be. That's not who we are.
It's not over yet because, like, now, for example, now I have like the problem, for example, now that I can't show your film, for example, on this screen because because now it goes like through YouTube,
Okay.
and it goes like through the page of Queer Migrant Film Festival. It means then like that they will kick off like the whole page of Queer Migrant Film Festival.
Okay.
And I would like to invite you to showcase your work in real time. This is also like the irony of the whole thing of it, that like that we can still not somehow wear whatever we want, show our body how we want. um yeah, and this
Yeah.
brings me actually like also like to this wave of hate coming like from religious sites, which brought to the African continent, which is brought to the African continent. And now that we have like big cases going, a big wave coming like from United States of America, that you can't be queer, like you can't be trans, and that now, like for example, Uganda passed like this anti-LGBTQI plus law,
Yeah.
and yeah, horrible, horrible.
I think what that there's a lot going on in the world, and but I feel like every community or every belief, every sexuality, this is the time to come together. I used to say that we made the system.
Mm-hmm,
Like every leader, every country is either in democracy, like they either assign their leader through democracy, or through a form of coming together.
mm-hmm,
So I feel like this is the time for the people, for the community, for the people of color, for different identities to come together and stand their ground. This is really not the time to allow the system to break us. We made the system. It shouldn't break us.
indeed.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't. It doesn't have the right to. We are the one that gave it the power. So
True.
I really feel like, okay, like I said, I have a project coming up.
Mm-hmm,
I don't think I've mentioned that here. It's an erotic queer video. You've seen Goloto, you saw how like and uncensored it was. You saw how freeing and how original it was. And that is what I also intend to like meet or even pass that standard, that regardless of your love,
mm-hmm,
regardless of what you want to be as an artist,
mm-hmm,
regardless of where you want to explore, as what kind of art, the kind of art that you want to explore, it
mm-hmm.
doesn't matter. In as much as you are in control, in as much as you're not giving that control to another person, in as much as you're not giving that control to the system. I used to say you cannot shame the shameless.
True.
There's a lot of things that I am. There's a lot of things that I can allow people to call me, but
Mm,
burying me in my shame, burying my art, my inspiration into some sort of shame that you've construct is not going to work for me. Whatever art that I want to create, the type that like I said, it's a music video, it's celebrating music,
mm,
nudity, color. It's a lot of things, and I am going to freely express every single emotions that I feel as human, because that is what we are supposed to do. We're supposed to be here to live. We're not supposed to be here to abide by rules and capitalization, modernization, westernization. All of those big, big grammar. I am not here for it. My
Yeah.
art is to speak my truth. And then when I'm gone, or when I'm old and gray, I would have something to show that, yes, I have really lived as an artist. I have experienced bodies, I have experienced souls, I have experienced stories, and all of these things should be seen. As Africans, we shouldn't be like caged into being Africans. Yes, being black is who we are, but being black is also being human. So humanity above every other thing. Acceptance above every other thing. Your body, your shape, your language, your style of art, your style of music, your style, whatever style that you choose, whatever ways you choose to express yourself is valid. And that is what most of my project will carry. That is what all of my project carries, by the way. And then I am
Mm.
not like trying to like make it up, trying to turn it or trying to shape it into something that people can see and accept, or something that the social media can see and accept. No, I have my audience. My audience are for people that really, really, really need the inspiration.
Mhm.
My image are for people that are in a place that they are battling with accepting themselves, that are doubting themselves, that they think they are not worthy of love because of how they look, that they think they are not worthy of respect because of how they dress. My work is to tell you that whatever ways you choose to express yourself is valid. The world is for everybody. Sexuality, identity, the world is for all of us. The world is not just for straight people. The world is not just for rich people. The world is not just for Christians. It's not for Muslims. It's not for traditional or idol worshippers. Everybody that is alive has a right on earth. And then it has happened that this right, there are people taking it away from us, and it is time for us to take it back. Especially being an African, being a Nigerian, me staying in Nigeria, I will continue to make my art in Nigeria, tell quest stories in Nigeria, regardless of their illegalities. The
Mhm.
only way to silence me is maybe if I'm not alive anymore, shall. But as long as I am alive, as long
Mhm.
as I am bearing my name, I would always, 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 always preach my art. I will always, always, always show it to people. I will always, always, always try to give strength to the powerless, try to give voice to the voiceless, try to document stories that matters.
Bravo, bravo. Very strong said, very needed, very important. And actually, like you said it all, like, you said it all, like we should, as human being, not let us, how do you call, mouth shut.
Exactly.
And if we force all of us, how do you call, if we come together, and that's why, like, I would like to connect, like, with everyone, like, to make big community, and that we can, make it happen, all we demand, right?
Exactly. I used to say, yeah, there is a lot of things that words cannot contain. There's a lot
Mhm.
of things that words cannot describe. But art is that thing that has the capability, that has the energy to contain everything. Whatever voice we want to put out, whatever thing that we want to say as a community, whatever things we want to use to help the world, the only thing that has the strength to contain it is art. So art is power. Art is not art is power. It has the energy to contain it. So I used to say that every artist, every anybody that wants to help any form of people, I think art is what we should add to the things that we offer the world that we want to offer the world to help the world with. If we want to help the people, the LGBTQ community, if we
Mm,
want to help the female, women, oppressing women, if we want to help with wars, if we want to, whatever thing that we want to help the world with, art should be part of it, because it is that thing that doesn't die. It is that thing that stays, that it is that thing that doesn't expire. Art doesn't expire. It is history,
mm,
you know, things that we can use to seize the moment. So and that is one of the things I am adding to my project this year, just exploring things. I think I told you about me documenting a tribe in Nigeria.
yes.
This tribe, it is part of their culture to not wear clothes, but the society is bullying them into, they're chasing them away. They can't go to the market, they cannot go to places that they want to because they are naked, and then they don't worship, they like they have their own idol that they worship, and all of these, the society is making it look like it is not allowed. And then I see people going to them, offering them clothes. I'm like, why are you offering clothes to people that don't wear clothes? What are you trying to say? What are you trying to prove? You understand? And then, like one of the project, if not that the project couldn't be streamed here, like I made a project Goloto, and Goloto means naked in Yoruba. And what the project is basically saying is that everything begins and ends with nudity. You came to this world naked, and you're not living with anything as well. So nakedness carries a lot of emotions, it carries a lot of strength. It is the way to the soul of a person. So imagine we not coming here with anything. We only came with our body. And at the end of the day, you're all you have. Your body is what is going to stand with you. Whether you're going through depression, whether you're going through anxiety, whether regardless of what you're going through, the only thing that doesn't leave you is your body. And the direct way to your soul is your body. So if anybody wants to break you down or build you up, they're starting with your body. So people have to understand the energy that looking at yourself in the mirror, the energy that whatever you say to your body, the energy that it carries. People do not understand that, and then it's breaking our society. Children are being taught shame. They are being taught. I'm not saying that everybody should walk naked. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that girls should start like exposing their body or doing also. I am just saying that regardless of the way that you choose to live your life, one of the things that should not be missing is accepting your body the way it is. One of the things that you should not let anybody step on, or you should not let anybody insult, or you should not let anybody abuse is your body. Because when all it is said and done, what you will have left is your body. So that's just it. Like, I feel like people, humans, Africans, the world should just understand that people's body are not something to be toyed with. They are not something to be taught shame. No, it's not allowed. I'm not going to allow it, and I'm not going to let that ideology reflect on my style of art.
I absolutely agree with you. Absolutely, absolutely. Um, because like your work that I would like to show, and now because of this whole internet ban going on, can you elaborate like for example, the names of the series that you would like to showcase?
Yeah, if it wasn't for the sense, I think I sent you three projects. I sent you Goloto, I sent you in us is a spirit, and the one that is showing now on screen is Owi. Owi means sacred, the ocean being. You know, I've always tried to explore the spirituality of the world that we live in. Trying to connect your body, your culture with the world, with the things that we cannot explain as human. Okay, for this Owi the spirit the ocean being, one of the things that inspired is that I like the water. I like that it can take any shape. I like the fluidity, and I like the freedom. And I also want to incorporate this in in my style. I want to incorporate that freedom to just be yourself, that freedom to be fluid, that freedom of not having any definition, just being yourself. Like, that's one of the things I wanted to preach in this project. Like, if you look at it, it's just a naked body in acceptance, running through the ocean, just living with the wind, the waves, and everything around. So, and like I said, cowries means royalty. It means acceptance. It means being rich. It means having it all together. In those days, that was why I don't have with cowries, and then she's just running around, living the moment. That's one of the things that I wanted to say in this project. And I think I said that loud and clear. If not for the censoring thing, you would have seen, I took different B rolls of her body. And then another thing is, there is a lot of rules about what a person should wear. Now, aside, saying that this is what a person body should look like, there is also a rules on this is what a person should wear. And freedom doesn't abide to any rule. Freedom is just doing your thing, shutting the world out. Even if you don't have to shut the world out, it is, just saying that regardless of what you say, this is who I am. And that is one of the things that I like about this project. I shot it in an outdoor in the ocean, and then there were people around, but me and my muse shot all of these people out, and then we lived the moment, running through the oceans, laughing, smiling, going to the wave, going to the water, just being yourself. I was able to, document all of this, and I am so happy. I am so grateful. And then me shooting it in black and white is very intentional, because sometimes colors like put us away from the definition of the things that we want to say. At least for me as an artist, that's like my idea. Having colors is, colors also have their own definition to art, their own definition to picture, and I don't want that. I don't want any form of interruption in the feel of the image. So that was why I made it in black and white, so you can see point and clear that this is a free person. This is a person that understands that their body is sacred, enjoying the view of nature.
Thank you so much, Abdul Wasi. Thank you. Yeah, by this, like, I promise you, like, that I would like to showcase your work, like, in real life, here in Amsterdam, and hopefully
Thank you very much.
to the rest of the world. And like, yeah, I really feel like also sad that I was not able to show
Yeah,
this work
if
with
I knew
audience.
that it was going to be a censored show, I would have censored some of the image, cover of places that the society might find offensive. But I did not know that it was going to be a censored show. I've sent you images that that the social media can accept. I thought it was going to be like a free show. That was why I picked all those images. And now, I don't know, you can go to my social media, you can go to my Instagram, you see some of my images. And then when all of this is said and done, I'll be having different exhibitions when
Mhm.
I'm done with Oshun Wemimo, the project I told you about, music, art, something to celebrate music, art, culture, and then, you know, for people of color, for the community, for everyone that that wants to see what acceptance, what nudity, what nakedness feels like. The show will be open to also, and I hope that I'm able to stream it live for you to see. And if you can come down to Nigeria, it's going to be an honor.
When will it be in Nigeria?
Because I'm in Nigeria at the moment.
No, no, no. When?
Let's say in 2 3 months time.
I hope it will last long, and hopefully, I would like to come in November. Hopefully,
Actually, I have a lot of creators all over the world that want to physically experience my art, because one of the things that I plan to do for my exhibition is to have a stage play. Is to have different style of art, from
hmm
eclectic style of art, from synesthetic style of art to surrealism.
hmm
Have it play out like the Goloto I sent to you. I'm thinking of having a live rendition on it,
hmm
and then for the music videos that I'll be shooting, there's going to be a live performance on it. Just experiencing art live, not on screen, not on social media. Seeing how freeing, how amazing, how spiritual it can be to express yourself as a woman of color, as from the community. Because like I told you, I have lined up project that seems illegal here, because I'm also shooting a film with my music, with my art, and all of these are not accepted here. But I want to create a space of acceptance for all with my exhibition. So it is not just exhibition, it is a gospel of, don't let the people shut you up. Come to my exhibition to see how
yeah,
freeing it is to be loud, to see
yeah.
how freeing it is to be naked, to see how freeing it is to express yourself with music, express
Mhm.
yourself with colors, express yourself with dance, express yourself with all the magic that the universe has to offer.
I would like to end the conversation by your words, and I would like to hear also from Lauchi and from Suni. First Lauchi, then Suni, please. Um,
What do you want
Lauchi,
to hear?
some closing words, something that you would like to add, what you
Yeah,
have been hearing, how you feel.
yeah, this was really cool. Thank you, everyone, for sharing your work, your words. Yeah, it's been quite encouraging, especially like the strong speeches from both of you. Um, and yeah, I want to continue what Abdul Viso is saying, of like, I don't know, seeing the magic of the world, and as artists be able to try and translate it into moments and monuments. And yeah, you fill me with very much happiness and love. Thank you.
Thank you, Alexandra. We are doing the last words. Are you there?
Hi guys. I'm in transit, but I'm here. You can actually hear the wind because I'm on the road.
It's nice to hear that too.
But yeah, thank you so much, Minnie, for this opportunity. I really appreciate, and I'm so excited for the next one. Everyone, I followed you. Your art is so amazing. I'm so grateful to be adding you to my community. But yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and let's stay in contact. Yeah, after this we will go to Zoom, by the way, if you are okay with. And Sunny, for the audience, for everyone here, thank you so much for your poem, for everything. Like I'm lost in words actually.
Yeah, I'll just say, well, thank you, Minnie, for really organizing this, and to all the incredible artists. I think different from the works that you show. There's like this ocean of knowledge that really comes into it, and I applaud you for that. And I will say, let's keep in touch. Yeah, thank you.
I would like to end with you, Abdul Wasiu.
Yeah,
We
thank
are missing
you.
Rachel. Maybe it had to do with connection. Who knows?
Okay, can I speak now?
Yes, please.
Thank you very much. I am honored and I am grateful for each and every one of you. Your art, it was amazing. It was mind blowing, and I hope we'll get to like do this physically. Share knowledge. And rub minds together. So thank you very very much.
Welcome. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. My excuse for this technical weird wolf experience. You can't see me. I can't see myself. It's weird way of talking and weird way of interacting. But we are learning. I'm learning. So so thank you so much, and see you next time. And for tomorrow, we have like at Queer Migrant Film Festival a film screening from 7 o'clock. So come at Lab 111, and it's still till 9 o'clock. So yeah, see you then, and I will see you on Zoom, the artists, all of you. And thank you, Rachel. Bye bye.